इसी के साथ ही वो हमारे दूसरे वक्ता, आज का जो दूसरा सेशन है उसको शुरू करना चाहता हूं। हमारे जो दूसरे वक्ता हैं वो अभी जुड़ चुके हैं। मैं स्वागत करता हूं हमारे बीच में प्रोफेसर किशोर पटवर्धन जी जो है मौजूद हैं। किशोर पटवर्धन जी मेरी आवाज सुन रहे हैं?
पवन सर नमस्ते। हाँ सर, राकेश सर नमस्ते।
नमस्ते नमस्ते।
इन लोगों ने मजे लिए हैं मेरे, राकेश जी और विनोद जी ने मिलके। आप यहाँ पे तेंदुलकर को खड़े करते हो बाद में मेरे,
अरे
कैसे क्रम चलेगा यार?
दिन
अच्छा था सर आपका लेक्चर, मैं सुन रहा था।
दो प्रख्यात विद्वान आज मौजूद हैं। आज बहुत बड़ा दिन है, आज का ऐतिहासिक दिन है रिसर्च टेक्नोलॉजी में। जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं, जो स्कॉलर्स जो सुन रहे हैं, ऑडियंस निश्चित रूप से बहुत ही एंजॉय कर रही है। तो मैं इससे पहले कार्यक्रम शुरू करूं, मैं थोड़ा सा ब्रीफ करना चाहूंगा प्रोफेसर किशोर पटवर्धन जी के बारे में। किशोर पटवर्धन जी रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी के बारे में भारतवर्ष में अपने आप में एक जाना पहचाना नाम है। आप समय समय पर जो है आपके व्याख्यान होते रहते हैं। हमने विश्वविद्यालय में भी अलग से एक 3 लेक्चर सीरीज आपकी इसकी विषय से संबंधित करवाई थी, राइटिंग रिसर्च पेपर, और उसमें रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी का भी एस्पेक्ट था। तो आप जो है फैकल्टी ऑफ आयुर्वेद में IMS BHU में क्रिया शारीर विभाग में प्रोफेसर पर कार्यरत हैं। तो मैं आपको जो है आग्रह करूंगा कि आप जो है अपना जो आज का टॉपिक है लिटरेरी रिसर्च, लिटरेचर रिव्यू, डिफरेंट मेथड्स इंक्लूडिंग कंप्यूटर डेटाबेस विद देयर एडवांटेजेस एंड लिमिटेशंस, इस पर आपका जो व्याख्यान है हमारा आज का दूसरा सत्र वो करते हैं। आदरणीय प्रोफेसर किशोर पटवर्धन।
धन्यवाद। Thanks a lot for giving me this opportunity. One minute. Is my screen visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So, yeah. Without wasting much time, I'll be directly coming to what is literature search and what is literature review. Because actually there are two terminologies. Even in the topic that was sent to me, there were two terminologies. One is research, literary research. Another one was literature review or literature search. These are the two different things actually. They should not be under same heading. Literary research is something different. Literary research or literature research or literature search are two different terms, right? For example, if you do a book review, for example, there is a book that is published and you write a review of that book, then it becomes literature review or literary research or literature review, right? Whereas literary research, it becomes literary research. Whereas if you do the search for the literature related to your research problem, then it becomes literature search, right? Literature search and literary research. These are the two different terminologies which we should not confuse. Okay, so we are going to talk about literary research, not literary research. We are going to talk about literature search. Okay, so we are going to talk about literature search. Well, so what is literature search and when should we do literature search? Basically, whenever you plan a study, whenever you take up a research problem, you need to do literature search. To refine the problem, you need to do literature search. When you plan the methods of the study, you need to do literature search. Whenever you write down the review, you need to do literature search. Whenever you write discussion of your paper, you need to do literature search. So literature search is actually a part of each stage of your research. During each stage of research, you need to do literature search, right? Without the appropriate literature search, you may get deviated from what you started, and your research may not end up at a point that you were expecting it to reach. Okay, so literature gives you a helping hand at every stage of your research. Now, there could be several types of literature and several types of databases. And we need to know which database is to be searched for what kind of literature, right? This is what I'll be teaching today, right? So what kind of literature needs to be studied at what stage and for what purpose, and what kind of database needs to be consulted for searching a given type of literature. These are the two things that we need to be talking about. So first of all, suppose there is a Charaka Samhita, or maybe Sushruta Samhita, or some other textbook, any textbook, even the textbook of modern science, right? Of course, if it is based on some data, then it is fine. Otherwise, any expert opinion, for example, right? So all such material falls under the basal level of the evidence pyramid. The screen on my screen, the pyramid that is shown, it is actually the evidence pyramid, right? Evidence is of different levels, right? And at different levels of evidence, the value of evidence or the authenticity of the evidence goes on increasing from the base towards the apex. In the background, in the base of the pyramid, the background information or expert opinion or some textbook based information, all such informations, they fall under the first level of pyramid, and that comes under background information, right? Its value is limited, right? Least rather. Then as you go upward in the evidence pyramid, the value of the evidence goes on increasing. Okay, so for background information, what materials do we search? Textbooks, right? Then for medicine related or biomedical science related background information, there is something called Access Medicine, then Clinical Key. These are certain databases where you can search for the background material. Okay, then comes case reports and case series, case control studies, cohort studies, right? The blue colored strip. So for example, one of your clinic practitioner friends tells you that I used this medicine in this patient and it worked wonderfully. Now you can also start, right, prescribing this medicine. So will you start directly prescribing that medicine from next day onwards in your clinic also? No, right? Because you don't know the value of that evidence or how much weightage you should be giving to that evidence. You don't know, right? If that case is reported and is published in a literature or a scholarly journal, then it will have some extra weight. Okay, extra weightage will be there. Hence, if some 10 cases are published, right, and it becomes a case series, so that is of more value than simple background information, right? Then case control. So one group is of case and another is of control. Then cohort studies. You can follow a given set of people for a long duration of time in a longitudinal manner. For example, sometimes planning a randomized trial may be unethical. For example, you cannot ask 10 people to smoke cigarettes every day, right? You smoke 10 cigarettes every day for next 10 years. I will observe you. Can you say this to any people? Anybody? You cannot do this, right? Because it is unethical. But you can observe those who are already smokers. You can observe those smokers for next 10 years, right? So this is the difference. So in this case, it becomes a cohort study, a group of people who share some similar characteristics, right? If they are followed for a certain period of time, then it becomes a cohort study, right? So all these three types of studies, they can be searched on Medline, Pubmed, and then PsycInfo, Scopus, Sinhal, and Trip. These are certain databases where you can search these types of studies. Okay. Then comes randomized control trials. You design a trial, right? And you have a control group, another experimental group, and you don't know which individual will go to which group, right? In that case, it becomes randomized. So there is randomized allocation of assignment of the participant, and then there is a control group, and then it is a trial. Hence, that is called randomized controlled trial. So such trials are of more value than cohort studies, because now you know that there is a control group who received maybe standard of care, or maybe a placebo, or maybe no treatment or whatever, right? And another similar group received some treatment or intervention. Now you can compare the outcomes of the study group with that of control group. Hence, now you have something to compare, right? There is a control group to compare. Now you can easily understand that, yes, whether the intervention has more benefits or less benefits, or more harmful or whatever, in comparison to the control group. Hence, the randomized control trials are better than observational studies or cohort studies. Okay. So then comes the synthesis, right? Kind of a literature where multiple clinical trials can be clubbed together, and then they can be included in the same paper, and then you can do the statistics once again, and to see whether this particular intervention has got real effect or not. Right? There could be several clinical trials of same drug which are carried out in multiple centers, right? And each might have been published in different journals. Okay, in such cases, each individual randomized control trial will have a lesser value or lesser weightage, but if you club them together and write a systematic review or meta-analysis, then that becomes a more value. That will have more value, because it is a synthesized data. So such systematic reviews and meta-analysis, right? In my screen, you can visualize it. They occupy the top of the pyramid, right? They are considered as the most credible evidences. So in this case, you will have to search for different databases, like Cochrane database of systematic reviews, then database of abstracts of reviews of effectiveness, that is their reviews, right? Then Campbell Collaboration Library of Systematic Reviews, then again TRIP. So these are different databases where you will find only systematic reviews and meta-analysis. Okay, so this top three strata in the pyramid, they are called filtered information, whereas the lower ones are unfiltered information. So now what I will be discussing today is I will be introducing certain databases which are very commonly used and which are free of cost. You need not you need not subscribe for any of these databases, right? We have selected such databases, and then we will study some illustrative cases, right? Certain things we will search, and let me demonstrate you how to search the literature, right? So in background information and expert opinion. So background information for us, it is for Ayurvedic, right? Research, it is textbooks of Ayurveda, right? So which textbook will you search? Where will you search? This is the best platform, right? I hope everyone has seen these e-samhitas, right? They have been developed by the National Institute of Indian Medical Heritage, right? It is it is an institution that comes under CCRAS, and it has made, right, Charaka, Sushruta, then Madhavanidana, different Nigantus, right? All of them are now available online, right? And you can search them online. And for example, if you want to search Guduchi, right? Guduchi. So you need to have that phonetic understanding while searching, right? So you got one result in Charaka Samhita. So does that sound rational? Can Guduchi be found only once in the entire Charaka Samhita? This looks a bit problematic, right? Now what we will do, instead of small I, let me type capital I. Guduchi, this becomes Dirgha, right? Earlier it was Raswa. Now it has become Dirgha. Now see how many results did I get? 42 results. and each of these results contains the term Guduchi. Okay, but can you further we might have left even a few more results? Is it, or is the search complete? What do you think? See, Guduchi with Dirgha E, we got 42. Now let me just delete the last vowel. Okay, see, now we got 58. Because whenever the term ends with the vowel, what happens is there are chances that it may undergo a combination with another next word and it may form a sandhi. Like Yan Sandhi, it may form, or it may form Savarna Dirgha Sandhi. In such cases, you are likely to skip those or miss out on those results. So it is always better to delete the last vowel. If the term ends with the vowel, you just delete the last vowel so that you will have entire list. Now you are not missing anything, even a single word where there is Guduchi, you are not missing. Okay. So these are certain small tips, but these are extremely helpful tips. Then there is a collection of Sanskrit English dictionaries or Sanskrit dictionaries, right? And it is again another very good database. It is maintained by the Institute of Indology and Tamil Studies, Cologne University. Okay, and for example, this Monir Williams Sanskrit English Dictionary. Right, we'll go for basic display, and maybe we will type Agni. See, the entire reference related to Agni that is there in Monir Williams Dictionary, you are able to search. Very simple thing, right? And it is online, available online, free of cost. You need not buy the Monir Williams Dictionary, which is very thick, which is a huge book. Got it? You can also download the printed page of the particular dictionary, right? The scanned pages are also available. See, is this visible now? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Yes, see, this is how you can use these dictionaries. There are several of these dictionaries, right? Again, you need to type the citation properly. Maybe I have used Kyoto Harvard. You can also use maybe, for example, this Unicode, right? For example, let me type something else. 1 minute. I think. Yeah, right. See. Yeah, Amrita, right? See, I can type in Unicode also, right? Of course, I did not get, maybe there is some problem. Anyhow, see, by using different keying in methods, you can use or you can search these dictionaries, okay? So this is again second level of, I mean, the background information. Yes? Did someone? Okay.
Continue, please continue.
Okay, yeah. See, this is another good database, Dhara, digital helpline for Ayurveda research articles, right? So Ayurveda research articles published in different journals, they are indexed with this database. Okay, for example, if you want to search for Prakriti, right? Let us see. Some error. See, there are 62 articles that contain the term Prakriti in the title. Mostly they are from title or maybe abstract. Okay. So irrespective of the journal where it is published, right? Of course, it doesn't include all journals, but selected journals of some good reliable quality, right? So this is how Dhara works, right? Dhara is again one of the best databases where you can even find sometimes the articles that you will not be able to find on PubMed, right? Such articles also you can find on this Dhara. Then comes Ayush Research Portal, where you will find several published articles or even sometimes the different evidences in the form of some other published material also, right? You can search maybe preclinical or maybe Ayurveda, yoga, naturopathy and whatever, right? Or maybe drug research and so on. And then you can download or read, right? Maybe circulatory or something like that, right? And then you can hit search. So you will be able to search different categories, right? So this is again one of the good databases. Of course, a bit tricky to search in this database, not a usually commonly used format is used over here. You need to spend some time to understand how does it work, but you will be able to understand, right? Not that difficult. Okay, then if you are working on some medicinal plants and you want to know their chemical, phytochemistry and pharmacology and so on, then this is the best database that is meant for you, right? IMPPAT. Right? Indian medicinal plants, phytochemistry and therapeutics. Okay. So for example, maybe Ebrus precatorius, right? See, Ebrus. See, these are the different details that have cropped up. Then phytochemical name, references, right? Different references are also there, right? You can just click on them. It will take you to either books or maybe published articles, right? And yeah, FRLST has another database called NVIS, right? Where you will get several herbarium related photographs also, right? NVIS is another one, but this impact will take you to FRLST, NVIS also. It is a single common pathway, something like that. So you can use this as a common platform to search many things, right? Choose a phytochemical.
These two, Impact and Envis, are paid platforms?
No, they are not paid. They are free. Whatever I'm demonstrating are all free databases. None of them is paid. Okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. See, this is where you get different maybe phytochemistry and its details, its molecular weight and whatever information you are searching for. Almost all information related to a plant you are going to get in this database, a wonderful database. Okay. Then comes Medline Plus. Suppose, I mean, it is again a background kind of information, but updated based on the evidence, right? Most recently published papers also are taken into account while writing or updating the information on Medline Plus. Suppose, yeah, there are several things you can go through it. Health topics, maybe heart and circulation. Then it's physiology, starting from physiology, pharmacology, the diseases, everything you will get, right? It is better than any of the good textbooks. Why do I say so is because the information present in even a best textbook may be of at least 1 or 2 years old, because it takes time for editing, then printing and marketing and so on, right? So even though you have got a latest edition of maybe Harrison's textbook of medicine, it will contain information that is at least 1 or 2 years old. But Medline Plus will contain most updated information. Okay, so I would recommend that it is always better to go for Medline Plus whenever you have got something to search for in terms of diseases, their symptoms, treatment, recent treatment strategies, and so on. Okay. Yeah. So this is these are certain things which are very essential and they are for basic information. Now let me talk about certain search engines, right? So Google is a very commonly used search engine. Suppose you want to search for the topic Prakriti, and if you type Prakriti on Google, you will get several things. Prakriti fashion, starting from Prakriti fashion to maybe Prakriti Sharma is there on Facebook. This is what you are going to get, right? So this information is not useful for you because you are searching the information related to Prakriti for your research work. So Google, see Prakriti, when you typed Google, Prakriti over Google, you got how many results? 53,20,000 results. And it is humanly impossible to go through each and every article and find out what is suitable for you and what is not. It is highly impossible. So Google is not a good search engine for biomedicine related research. Then what about Google Scholar? So scholar.google.co.in, this is the link or URL where you will get Google Scholar, right? Google Scholar is much better than Google because it will it indices, rather it is not an indexing database, it is a search engine, but still it searches only those literature or papers that are published in scholarly journals, irrespective of the quality. It doesn't apply any filters as to whether the quality of the journal is good or not, but it will display all the papers that are published in different scholarly journals. For example, if I search the same term Prakriti on Google Scholar, see, I am going to get 14,700 results. Earlier it was 50 lakh or something, but now I reduced, right? I could filter out most of the junk and then only useful information I have taken out. Now it is, why is it so? Because it doesn't apply any filters, right? And then it includes even maybe Prakriti, which may be there in Sankhya philosophy. Need not be only from Ayurveda, right? Even maybe environmental studies, it may take up Prakriti, right? So Google Scholar is a search engine which searches for the published papers irrespective of the stream, right? It includes even physics, geography, geology, zoology, botany, and Ayurveda and medical sciences, everything. Okay, but Google Scholar may be of certain use when it comes to maybe searching the Google Scholar profiles. Okay, for example, maybe this is an author profile, I think. See, author profiles are there, and whenever you search for author profiles, then their papers authored by those authors, then the citations they have received, year-wise citations they have received, the total number of citations received, right? All such things are displayed on Google Scholar. So Google Scholar, maybe even Google Scholar may be used to study about different journals. See, what is the H5 index of Nature or H5 median of Nature, right? And all these journals are listed in a descending order, right? You can also search for different journals. For example, Ayurveda, the journals that contain the term Ayurveda in their titles, right? Journal of Ayurveda and Integrative Medicine, AYU, Journal of Ayurveda and Integrated Medical Sciences. So these are 3 journals that are listed. Again, you can, simply type the names, maybe Ancient Science of Life, right? Their H5 index, H median, right? such information you can access through Google Scholar profile, and you can create your own Google Scholar profile, right? And you can access the information related to your own publications. This is my profile, for example, right? So I can rearrange the papers in the year-wise fashion, or depending on the citations that my papers have received, and then I can even maybe I can select all of them and then export and simply download all my papers, right, in the form of Excel sheet. So these are certain features that you get on Google Scholar. See, I just exported my publications, and see all my publications, they are downloaded, okay, and all the information, right? So this is something that is a useful feature. But of course, Google Scholar, as I told you, it includes anything and everything, right? Only criteria that it applies is that it should be a published article, right? It doesn't bother whether it is published with good journal, peer-reviewed journal, or non-peer-reviewed journal, or whatever, right? And even it doesn't bother about whether it is a journal belonging to zoology, geology, or oceanography, and I mean whatever, right? Irrespective of the stream of the science, it shows you the papers, and it does not maintain its own database. It is not a database. Google Scholar is a search engine, right? Suppose a journal in which you have published your paper disappears, it stops publishing from today, then maybe from tomorrow onwards, Google Scholar will also stop showing that a paper. Okay, whereas in PubMed and other databases, it is not so, right? So next is PubMed, right? So PubMed is again a free database maintained by National Library of Medicine, US. So I type PubMed instead of Prakriti. Let me type Prakriti and let me search. On Google Scholar, we got a few thousand articles, right, for Prakriti. But here, now we got only how many results? 87 results, right? See, this is how we are filtering the information. Only useful information we want. We don't want junk information. We want only the precise information. So we tried with Google. We got 50 lakh and odd articles. Google Scholar again, maybe 10,000 and odd articles we got. But when it comes to PubMed, we got only 87 results. Why? Because PubMed includes only those articles from those journals which are indexed with PubMed. And PubMed is a database. It is not a search engine, right? Even if the journal stops publishing, right, whatever articles excuse me, that were published in those journals, in that journal, when it was indexed, those articles will still be available over PubMed, irrespective of whether the journal exists or not. Okay, that's the beauty of databases. Now, second criteria is that PubMed includes mostly the peer-reviewed literature, right? Non-peer-reviewed literature is not included, because getting a journal indexed with PubMed is a difficult task in itself. It's not easy, right? Each and every journal doesn't get included in PubMed, right? If a journal has to get included in PubMed, it means that it has to follow certain, it has to adhere to certain basic levels of maybe transparency in policies, editorial policies, review policies, and ethical policies, right? That is why PubMed is a reliable database comparatively, right? Now, when you search for Prakriti, for example, you got 87 results. Now, what you can do with this, right? See, on left side, it classifies the articles. Maybe there is a clinical trial, okay, right, where they have taken Prakriti. Then 87 articles, all of them are in English. Free full text, 67 articles, free full text is available. For remaining articles, free full text is not available. Then humans, 24 articles are humans, of course. Many others would be of humans, but may not be tagged with the specific words, right? Published in last 5 years, 39 articles. reviews, 15 articles. Okay. Then for example, you want these 15 articles to be saved. So what you can do is 15 results, save, right? All results on this page, or maybe all results. Maybe you want to save it in terms of summary. Then hit create file. See, a file is generated and it is saved, right? So all the summary means the references, right? It is downloaded. Another thing that you can do is, instead of summary, you can go for a CSV file. Create. CSV file is, openable through this Excel, right? So all the metadata related to one article is downloaded. Its title, author names, the journal name, the month of publication, year of publication, first author, and year of publication, date of publication, PubMed Central ID, DOI, everything is downloaded in the form of an Excel sheet. Okay. You can also email all these results to any of your emails, right? And then send email, right? So all these, yes, results will be sent, of course. You need to have account. You have to create an account in your name on NCBI, which is free of cost. And then you can use many of these features, right? And then send to maybe clipboard, my library, collection, citation manager. There are so many options that are available. Even the display options, there are many display options. I have kept it for summary, right? And they will be arranged in the form, in the order of publication date, right? Maybe most recent I can choose, or maybe I can choose the best match, or maybe per page I want to maybe 200 articles to be displayed, right? All such these features are available on PubMed. Okay. Now, how to search for the articles on PubMed? There are some skills you need to develop. Okay. For example, jaundice. If you hit jaundice, there are so many articles that are retrieved. See, 43,910 results. And all these 43,000 and odd articles may not be relevant for you. And there will be some articles that will be relevant, but they could be missing from this list because they may not contain the word jaundice. Instead of that, the article may contain the word something like yellowish discoloration, or maybe, yeah, is someone trying to say something? No, okay. So, yeah, what was I telling actually? I forgot. Yes, relevant and not relevant. Somebody is talking. It is distracting actually. Somebody is talking. Please mute yourselves, right? Okay. So yes, suppose you are searching for jaundice and the paper might contain the term icterus. It may not contain the term jaundice. Okay. So you are going to miss that paper. Okay. And all these papers, 43,000 and odd papers, may contain the jaundice, but may not be relevant. So now what you do? What will you do? You have to search for mesh terminology. Okay. So there is something called mesh, and you will get those mesh terms when you go to PubMed Central, right? And then you search for mesh, for example, jaundice. So PubMed Central and PubMed, these are the two types of databases. PubMed Central contains only open access articles, which are free for anybody to download and read. Whereas PubMed is an abstracting database. It doesn't contain the full text articles, but it will give you the full text links. Okay, so jaundice, for example, if you click this jaundice, see, I am searching the mesh terminology. Mesh terminology, see, jaundice. You want only the maybe pathology and physiology of jaundice. Then add to search builder. Okay, and then search. Now you can search whatever is required for you. Very a pinpointed search. See, only 2000 and odd results, right? Pathology and physiology of mesh, I mean jaundice. Okay, so this is how you can filter out, right? For example, maybe autism, and what is mesh actually? What does mesh stand for? Medical subject heading. Yeah. So autism is not a mesh. Autistic disorder is a mesh term. Okay. So what are you trying to do? When you type mesh, you will get all those articles where the autism has been addressed, whether the article contains the term autism or not, right? If it deals with the autism, those articles will be retrieved. This is the beauty of mesh. Hope I'm clear, right? Irrespective of whether the term is present in the paper or title and abstract or not, right? If it is related to, or if the article deals with autism, all such articles you will be able to retrieve by typing mesh. Otherwise, you are going to miss several of these articles, and instead of them, you are going to get several other articles. See, now there are 20,000. Now I'm just skipping the mesh term. See, 55,000. So all such irrelevant articles have been already filtered out when you type mesh. Okay. So this is once again, yeah, we got back to PubMed. Maybe we'll go to PubMed Central, and in PubMed Central you will have some other important features. For example, you can download the citation and copy the citations in AMA style, MLA style, APA style, NLM style, whatever style you want, right? So you can just copy and paste that citation, and then you can use several, maybe Ayurveda, for example. We'll search Ayurveda. Am I running out of time? Am I crossing my time limit? Please let me know whenever you want me to stop.
No, sir. Please continue, sir.
Okay.
Please continue.
See, 11,000 and odd articles are found for Ayurveda on PMC, right? Whereas on PubMed, if we search for Ayurveda, how many articles do we get? Let us see. See, 5,900. Why is the difference? In PubMed, we are getting around 6,000 articles for Ayurveda, and in PubMed Central, we are getting around 11,000 articles. Why? What's the difference? As I told you, the PubMed is an abstracting database. It contains only the title, abstract, and certain other fields like author name, author affiliation, journal name, the month of publication, year of publication, date of publication, DOI, keywords, and so on, right? But no full article. Hence, when you type Ayurveda on PubMed, you are asking the PubMed to give you the list of articles that contain the word Ayurveda in their title, abstract, or maybe at the maximum other fields of those bibliographic details, right? But when you search for Ayurveda in PMC, you are asking the PMC to retrieve or give you the list of articles that contain the term Ayurveda anywhere in the article, because PMC is a database which contains full text articles. So if you click on any of these articles, see, it will take you to the full text. See abstract, and then different parts of the paper, material, method, results, right? You are going to get full papers. Whereas in PubMed, if you click on any of these results, you won't reach the full paper, right? Only abstract is available. Hence, in PubMed, the number of articles that you retrieve for Ayurveda are lesser, nearly half the number that you get over PMC, because PubMed Central contains the full text articles. Hence, even if the word is not present in the title and abstract, even if it is present somewhere in the introduction or material method or maybe in the discussion, all such articles will also be listed in PubMed Central, right? So this is the basic difference between PMC and PubMed. Now, PMC gives you another option. This is very, very interesting and important. You can search Medline journals, right? Medline can be searched through PMC, right? So you get only 4,400 and odd articles, right, in the Medline index journal. So Medline is a best database for biomedical literature. It is better than PubMed. But where do you search Medline? It is again through PubMed, right? So on PMC, you can search the Medline indexed journals, right? And then again, there are several other options available: last 5 years, last 1 year, last 10 years, and so on and so forth. There are several things that are available. Even journal list can be searched for, and advanced filters you can apply. So once you start using this, you will be able to understand how to use these different features. So one more database is Scopus. Scopus is also another very good database, which is maintained by this Elsevier. So this is my author profile, okay, and these are the documents or papers that I have authored, and it will give you the maybe citation details, the number of publications year wise, and then you can also download, for example, see, you can search for maybe different documents, maybe again Ayurveda. And in the article, abstract and keywords, you want the term Ayurveda to be available. See, 6,900 and odd articles are available, right? Of course, Scopus is a paid subscription, right? It is not free. Scopus is not free. You need to have subscription. And again, see, open access, gold open access, hybrid gold, bronze, green, open access, year wise, and then the author wise, right? So see, Bhushan Patwardhan sir, he has published 95 articles that contain the term Ayurveda. Then is Sanjeev Rastogi, then Pulok Mukherjee, Prajapati PK, right? This is how the authors are also displayed. And then, I mean, several things you can do. With Scopus, you can do several things. For example, author wise, you can search maybe Singh, and maybe Ramharsh. So there are, Ramharsh Singh, right? So 18 documents are available. And then, yeah, you can go for maybe the citation details and then download those details. And potential author matches, export, save to list, and so many things you can do, right? You can search for the different journals that are indexed with the Scopus, Ayurveda. For example, you want to know the journals that contain the term Ayu that are indexed with the Scopus, right? Maybe Ayurveda we need to, yeah. There are 3 results, right? Journal of Ayurveda Integrative Medicine, International Journal of Ayurveda Research, and International Journal of Research in Ayurveda and Pharmacy. Of course, this journal is no more available. Even this journal was indexed for only some time, I think. See, 2012 to 2016. It is no more indexed now. So I mean, through Scopus also you can search many things, and you will have some beautiful graphs actually. For example, if I search for Banaras Hindu University, right? Indian is maybe Banaras Hindu University, right? So these are, yes, see, there are different graphs. So you can search for your own institution, right? How many papers are there on Scopus, authored by the people who are working for your institution, right? And for how many different fields they have contributed, right? What are the citations that their papers have received, and what is the distribution of their fields of research, right? There are totally 7,527 authors from Banaras University and 33,000 and odd documents. See, and each of these documents, again, the details of such documents can be again, right? Maybe this made to display, right? View citation overview. Okay, maybe there are too many papers, hence maybe. Okay, we will not go into that because huge number of citations. If I request this, it will send me a link on my email. Then I will have to download it. Okay, so this is about Scopus. Then last is Cochrane, right? Cochrane Library is for systematic reviews and meta-analysis. So when I hit Ayurveda, when I wrote Ayurveda, we got 8 reviews on Ayurveda, right? Ayurvedic medicines for schizophrenia, Ayurvedic treatments for diabetes mellitus, aromatherapy, and so on and so forth. So yeah, I think I have crossed my limit. It is already 7:40. I'm sorry for crossing the time limit that was given to me. And
sir, you have 15 minutes more, sir. You please continue.
How many minutes?
You have time.
Acha, I thought, okay. Okay, in that case, yeah, maybe I'll take up questions. I mean, whatever basic things I wanted to discuss, I have discussed. I thought it was 45 minutes of time. I had 45 minutes of time, and up to 7:30, I thought it was my time. So I have...
No, sir. You have much more time.
But you can continue to 8 p.m.
Okay, no, I mean, whatever I wanted to say, I have finished. Maybe I'll take up some questions, and if there are some questions or doubts, I can further clarify and further demonstrate.
उसके लिए अलग से टाइम है सर अपने पास, आप कंटिन्यू करिए, कोई इशू नहीं.
Okay. So as I told you, Cochrane reviews are the reviews which are not simply reviews. They are systematic reviews and meta-analysis, right? And what is systematic review? What is meta-analysis? When multiple randomized control trials are clubbed together and then they are reanalyzed, that becomes systematic review or meta-analysis. This is the top of this pyramid, right? So in Cochrane, we have got only 8 such systematic reviews containing the word Ayurveda. And let us see what is there in one of the reviews on schizophrenia. See, there are several things, but author's conclusions. I'm going to read author's conclusions. Ayurvedic medication may have some effects of treatment for treatment of schizophrenia, but has been evaluated only in a few small pioneering trials. This is the problem, right? Maybe diabetes mellitus, another review. Again, the author's conclusions. Although there were significant glucose lowering effects with the use of some herbal mixtures, due to methodological deficiencies and small sample sizes, we are unable to draw any definite conclusions regarding their efficacy. Though no significant adverse events were reported, there is insufficient evidence at present to recommend the use of these interventions in routine clinical practice, and further studies are needed. Okay, you take any of these reviews, this is roughly what the conclusion is, right? Yeah, this is not actually Ayurvedic review. Anorectal fistula, okay, it may be. There are very few randomized controlled trials comparing the various modalities of surgery for fistula in ano. While post-operative pain, time to healing and discharge from hospital affect quality of life, recurrence and incontinence are the most important. As it turns out, there seems to be no major difference between the various techniques used as far as recurrence rates are concerned. Right? So what I want to convey is that why are systematic reviews not there in Ayurveda? Because we do not have good clinical trials. If we do not have good clinical trials, we won't be having good number of systematic reviews and meta-analysis. Right? Hence, publishing with good journals, right? Good quality of research and publishing with good quality journals is something that is very, very essential. And yeah, with this, I conclude my talk. Yeah, I would like to take up questions. I'm sure there will be questions, and let us spend some more time on question and answer session, because that will be more interesting, and we will get to learn many things.
Sir?
Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Yes.
Does Cochrane Library has only systemic reviews of RCTs?
Yes, yes, yes.
Only RCTs?
Yes. Mostly clinical trials, mostly random control trials. True.
Okay. Similarly, is there any platform is there for the systematic review of observational studies?
Observational studies, systematic review. I need to search actually. I'm not very sure. I'm not very sure. Hello?
Sure.
Yeah. I think for observational studies, I'm not very sure. I need to look into it. I'm not very sure. Yeah.
Okay.
But this is a relevant question, and I need to find some answer. But usually systematic reviews are usually done for clinical trials. Systematic reviews for observational studies are not done, right? But again, it is a possibility. I don't deny that it is not a possibility. It is a possibility. Maybe if someone else, some other experts are there, they will be able to answer. Maybe if Pawan sir is there, he may be able to answer.
अभी नहीं है सर, बाद में इनके ग्रुप में अपन बता देंगे, आप बता
ओके ठीक है,
बाद में इनके ग्रुप में अपन बता देंगे.
श्योर.
नेक्स्ट कोई भी क्वेश्चन अगर आप पूछना चाहें आप लोग, तो डायरेक्टली आप सर से पूछ सकते हैं. कोई भी अगर क्वेश्चन करना चाहते हैं तो पूछ सकते हैं. इसमें कुछ चैट बॉक्स में क्वेश्चन आए सर. हाउ टू अप्लाई, अच्छा ठीक है, इन मेटा एनालिसिस. हाउ टू अप्लाई स्टेट्स इन मेटा एनालिसिस.
Oh, that is a completely different thing, right? Altogether, it is a different game altogether. That is, there are several methods of applying statistics, and doing a meta-analysis is a really tough job. It is not that easy. You need to combine all those patients numbers, and then also you need to combine all those results, parameters, and then redo the statistics, right? There are different methods, which I am also not very acquainted with, to be very frank. I have not done any meta-analysis so far because it is a very difficult task, right? I am not very conversant with those statistical methods, but there are methods. You'll be able to read, right? Go through the meta-analysis and methods of doing meta-analysis. You will get, but I am not the right person to answer this. I'm not a statistician, basically. Yeah.
What is the difference between systemic review and meta-analysis?
Yeah, systematic review usually doesn't involve the statistics, whereas meta-analysis involves statistics. This is the fundamental difference. Systematic review also is combination or synthesis of different clinical trials, but without doing statistics. In meta-analysis, you once again apply the statistics, and many of the times systematic review and meta-analysis could be the same paper, could be systematic review and meta-analysis. Most of the times, both of them happen together. In a same paper could be systematic review as well as meta-analysis, right?
Okay. Where to search for ancient Ayurveda manuscripts? Okay.
Have you heard of archives?
Yes. Archives.org.
Yes. Archives.org is one such platform where you may be able to get certain ancient manuscripts. Okay. Then there is something called Rare Book Society of India. Have you heard of it?
No, sir.
Rare Book Society of India. Right. Then Digital Library of India.
DL line, sir.
Yes. Now its URL has changed, I think. Yeah. NDL, National Digital Library of India. Yeah. So these are certain websites where you will get some really good scanned quality scans of manuscripts.
Now, what is DOI?
Digital Object Identifier. For example, any published article, right, will have a DOI. For example, in this article, see, this is the DOI. Okay. What I'll do is I'll copy this and I'll paste this, okay, on Google, and I'll just hit. It will take directly to this particular paper.
Okay.
So it is a unique number assigned to a particular paper. It is just like URL, unique number, right? No two articles can have a single DOI. For each article, the DOI is unique, and it is for identification purpose, right? DOI is, it is in the form of numbers and a very small string, right? You need not remember the entire article name or title, right? Simply you can type this number and you can go to this particular article. That is the usefulness of having DOI. Digital Object Identifier. Yes, Digital Object Identifier. Yes.
Any other question from the scholars or faculty members? You can ask directly. One more question is, sir, how much the Scopus subscription costs?
Scopus subscription, it depends. Actually, institution, if your institution subscribes to Scopus, it depends on the number of users, right? Their charges will go on reducing as the user number increases, right? And as a single individual, you may not be able to afford subscribing Scopus. It is always better to go for this institutional subscription.
What are the must for critical analysis?
What are they?
ये क्या लिखा आपने? कुछ गलत लिखा रचना भारद्वाज जी. What are the must for critical analysis? आपका सही नहीं है. What are the requirement होगा, कुछ होगा ऐसा. क्वेश्चन कंप्लीट दोबारा लिखें.
What are the must में मैं ये कहती हूँ कि अगर हम किसी चीज पे क्रिटिकल एनालिसिस दे रहे हैं,
थोड़ा सा जोर से बोलिए, आपकी आवाज.
सर लिटरेरी रिसर्च जो भी करते हैं हम अपनी, जितने भी डाटाबेसेस वगैरह के गो थ्रू होते हैं, तो उसका कुछ पर्टिकुलर लेआउट है कि हमने इसी तरह से करना है, कोई मस्ट?
No. Actually, it depends on your need and your skills, right? आपको जब पता होता है कि नहीं आपको क्या इंफॉर्मेशन चाहिए, जितना आपका प्रिसिशन होता है आइडिया, उतना आसान होता है सर्च करना, right? And there is no set guidelines.
So that was my intention for the question.
Okay, there are no of area of focus, and then your skills. Actually, as you mature and you practice more and more, it will be easier for you to find out the relevant information more quickly.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Professor Kishore Patwardhan, sir, for your nice
Most welcome.
और presentation. आज आपने जो ये मैं भी देख रहा था, काफी सारी चीजें हमारे लिए भी काफी नई थी सर. और
Thank you.
से कुछ स्कॉलर्स ने तो कहा है कि अब हमारे ब्रेन में मतलब बस्ट करने लगा है कि इतनी सारी चीजें हमें आज सीखने को मिली है. तो आपको बहुत बहुत पूरे विश्व आयुर्वेद परिषद टीम की तरफ से मेरे स्कॉलर्स की तरफ से आपका बहुत बहुत आभार, बहुत धन्यवाद सर, आपने इतना अच्छा लेक्चर दिया और ये हमारे सब ये यूजफुल होगा। थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू वेरी मच सर।
थैंक यू।
तो मेरे पास 2 क्वेश्चन है, पूछ सकते हैं?
हाँ हाँ,
बिल्कुल।
पूछ सकते हैं, पूछ सकते हैं, पूछिए
सर, किशोर सर,
Yes, yes.
sir, other than and or, while we are searching in with mesh terms in PMC, other words are there, sir, and or, other than.
See, that is called Boolean operator, right? Suppose
Yes.
I forgot to mention that. I'll just demonstrate that. Hope my screen is visible. Ayurveda and osteoarthritis. Okay. So it will give you the papers, list of papers which contain both Ayurveda as well as osteoarthritis. Okay. You are asking the Pubmed to give such papers, list of such papers, and the condition is that these papers should contain 2 terms, right? Ayurveda and osteoarthritis, both should be there. Okay. This is called and. This is a Boolean operator where you use and, where you want 2 terms to be present, and this is the condition, right? Must. Both the terms are must. Maybe anywhere in the article or maybe in the abstract or title, right? Whereas or, if you add or, see now it was 641 and now hit search, you will see that it is 1,12,000. Why? Because you are asking for the list of journal or papers, sorry, list of papers that contain either Ayurveda or osteoarthritis, right? Okay, this is or. Then third one is not.
Okay.
You want only those papers which contain Ayurveda, but they should not contain osteoarthritis. Okay, then it will be, see, they should contain Ayurveda, but not osteoarthritis. See, 11,000, 10,000 something, right? They contain Ayurveda, but they do not contain osteoarthritis, because the papers containing osteoarthritis and Ayurveda are very, very small in number. Hence, the reduction is small, right? So these are the 3 Boolean operators. They are called and, or, and not. These are the 3 Boolean operators. Okay?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes.
Sir,
Any other things? Yeah.
Is it any other platforms for searching Ayurvedic thesis works, research?
Oh, yes, I forgot to mention that. 1 minute.
Shodh Ganga and Pubmed.
No. Ayurveda research database by MS Baghel and Girish KJ. Right? Researchers in Ayurveda, online directory of PG and PhD titles by MS Baghel and Girish KJ. See, you need to pay 300 rupees for 24 hours and you can search this database where you have got more than 20,000 thesis titles. This is this should be included after maybe Charaka and then Nigantu and these things. This should have been included. I just forgot to include this, but this is one of the very important databases. Yes.
It provides only titles, no, sir?
It gives only titles, no further details. Yes, only titles. For detailed, information, you need to consult those scholars and maybe institutions and libraries. No such entire database is available. Shodh Ganga contains certain theses, but it is not a complete database. It contains, almost all theses of any kind, not only restricted to Ayurveda. Jamnagar comes up with a CD, searchable format every year, I think. There are several hundreds of theses that have been made available, but no other institution has done this so far.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, most welcome.
थैंक यू सर। इसमें मैं एक इंफॉर्मेशन जोड़ दूं कि आयुर्वेदा यूनिवर्सिटी बहुत जल्दी ऐसा एक लिटरेचर निकालने जा रही है जिसमें अब तक की जितनी भी थीसिस है जो ये उनका कुछ एक नर्सरी में एक समरी टाइप करके निकालने वाला है। उस पर
अच्छी बात है, वो होना चाहिए, बहुत अच्छी बात है।
अभी वीसी सर इस पर काम करवा रहे हैं, चल रहा है काम सर। थैंक यू सर फॉर अ नाइस लेक्चर एंड प्रेजेंटेशन।
थैंक्स अ लॉट।
आप सभी के लिए एक सूचना है जो मैंने कमेंट बॉक्स में भी डाली थी कि इस सेशन के बाद, कल्याण मंत्र के बाद, आज आयुर्वेद यूनिवर्सिटी के जो स्कॉलर्स और फैकल्टी मेंबर्स हैं वो लास्ट में रुकेंगे। इंटरेक्टिव 10-15 मिनट का जो होता है हर रोज अपन करते हैं। कल एनआईए उदयपुर के लोगों से था, आज अपन जोधपुर वालों से करेंगे, उसके बाद 1 बाय 1 लेंगे। अब मैं वापस राकेश शर्मा जी सर से निवेदन करूंगा कि कार्यक्रम को समापन की तरफ ले जाएं। कमलेश जी सर से मंगलाचरण के लिए।
बहुत बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत बहुत इंफॉर्मेटिव लेक्चर सर किशोर जी। We have time and again heard about your lecture, sir, and I'm sure, looking to the response of the audience, everybody has enjoyed the lecture, and it was the audience was very much curious to know about the things, whatever is happening in the field of literary research. So thanks a lot, sir, and you have bound up this program in time. And now we are heading towards to the end of this program with Kalyan Mantra, but later on we will continue with the faculty of Jodhpur and the PG scholar of Jodhpur for the introductory section for another 15 minutes. So with this, I request Dr. Kamlesh Sharma ji to please come up and please present the Kalyan Mantra to say bid adieu to the audience. Thank you.
I'll take 1 minute. 1 minute.
Sure, sir. Sure,
there is
sir.
a question. Please provide video recording of this lecture. Somebody has asked. Actually, I would like to give the link to Ayurveda Network, which is a platform that we have generated, where many of such lectures, not only this, many lectures on different subjects are available, and they're all available for free of cost, right? And almost, I mean, all the lectures are in video format, and more than 300 lectures are available on research, scientific research, paper writing, research methods, study designs, statistics, and whatnot. You mention anything and everything, almost, I mean, everything you are going to get over there. So kindly visit our website whenever you find time, so that you go through it, and you will have definitely you will feel it useful. Thanks a lot for your patient listening.
Can you write down the note on the website of that particular site, sir?
I have written in the chat box. Ayurveda Network,
okay.
BHU. Ayurveda Network, BHU.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Sir, please, Kamlesh ji, come with the Kalyan Mantra, sir, please.
जी सर। सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। ओम शांति शांति शांति।
Namaste, sir. Thank you.
Namaste. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Good night, sir. Good night.
मैं निवेदन करूंगा आदरणीय अध्यक्ष राजस्थान डॉक्टर किशोरी लाल जी शर्मा सर से कि इंटरेक्टिव सेशन के लिए कृपया पधारें। अध्यक्ष महोदय डॉक्टर किशोरी लाल जी शर्मा सर।
आज के
अध्यक्ष।
यस सर।
जी सर, कंटिन्यू करें।
आज के कार्यक्रम के दोनों रिसोर्स पर्सन आदरणीय प्रोफेसर पवन कुमार जी सर और आदरणीय डॉक्टर किशोर पटवर्धन जी के लेक्चर बहुत ही अच्छे रहे और सभी को निश्चित रूप से इसका लाभ मिला होगा। मैं विश्व आयुर्वेद परिषद की पूरी टीम के साथ में राजस्थान की जो टीम है, मैं दोनों आदरणीय विद्वानों का हृदय से आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। थैंक यू सर आपका। आगे सत्र कोऑर्डिनेटर के रूप में डॉक्टर राकेश जी शर्मा सर और डॉक्टर राहुल पारा सर जी और डॉक्टर विनोद जी गौतम को मैं हृदय से धन्यवाद देता हूँ और आभार देता हूँ कि आप लोग पूरे समय के साथ में जुटे हुए हैं और आप ये कार्यक्रम का सफलतापूर्वक आप आयोजन कर रहे हैं। मैं आपका हृदय से आभारी हूँ। साथ में देवेंद्र जी चाहर, महेश जी इंदिरा और कमलेश जी शर्मा, डॉक्टर राजीव सोनी जी, और उदयपुर से डॉक्टर नरेंद्र जी, डॉक्टर हेमवती जी, डॉक्टर रूही, आप निरंतर कार्यक्रम में जुड़ रहे हैं। आप सभी का भी मेरा हृदय से धन्यवाद ज्ञापित करता हूँ। जो जितने भी स्कॉलर सभी जुड़े हुए हैं, एक उनसे निवेदन है कि बहुत अच्छी संख्या में आप लोगों ने पंजीकरण करवाया है। 231 पंजीकरण इस कार्यक्रम में हुए हैं, लेकिन अभी हम देख रहे हैं कि लगभग 140-150 के आसपास से प्रेजेंट हो रहे हैं। ऐसे कार्यक्रम हैं बहुत मुश्किल से आयोजित होते हैं और ये इतना बड़ा सौभाग्य का विषय है कि राष्ट्रीय स्तर के इतने विद्वान तो बड़े मुश्किल से वो समय निकाल पाते हैं। सुबह से लेकर शाम तक निश्चित रूप से उनकी दिनचर्या ऐसी होती है, तो ऐसे क्षणों में जब उनका समय हमको मिल रहा है तो निश्चित रूप से हमको उनका लाभ उठाना चाहिए। और ये बहुत बड़ा एक प्लेटफॉर्म, बहुत बड़ा एक अवसर आप लोगों के लिए है। ऐसा अवसर और ऐसे विषय और ये जो तरीका आप लोगों को बताया जा रहा है, ऐसा बहुत दुर्लभ है और हमारे लिए निश्चित रूप से गौरव का विषय है। तो मैं जितने भी प्रतिभागी अभी जुड़े हुए हैं, एक बार जो लोग नहीं आ रहे हैं किसी कारण से, एक बार प्रयास करें कि 231 में से कम 200 लोग तो कम से कम नियमित रूप से जुड़ करके इसको सुने। बहुत अच्छी बात है, आप लोग सुन रहे हैं। 150 संख्या भी कम नहीं होती है। यह भी हमारे लिए एक उत्साह का विषय है, बहुत अच्छी बात है। लेकिन हम ये चाह रहे हैं कि जितने भी पार्टिसिपेंट ने रजिस्ट्रेशन करवाया है, तो निश्चित रूप से ऐसे अवसर का लाभ आप लोग पूरा उठाएं और पूरी टीम इसके साथ में लगी हुई है। जहां आपकी समस्या है, पूरा हम आप लोगों के साथ में हैं। कमेंट बॉक्स में आप लिख रहे हैं, सारे क्वेश्चन आप पूछ रहे हैं, ये बहुत अच्छी बात है। तो कल हम सब मिलकर के सब प्रयास करेंगे कि ये संख्या हमारी 200 तक पहुंचे। बहुत मुश्किल से समय जो वक्ता हैं बहुत मुश्किल से समय निकाल पाते हैं। तो एक बार पुनः मेरा सभी जिन्होंने पंजीकरण कराया है उनसे सभी से आग्रह है कि जो आपके संपर्क में है उनको सूचित करें कि निश्चित रूप से जो जितने भी लेक्चर हो रहे हैं बहुत अच्छे हो रहे हैं। और ये सूचना आप लोगों के द्वारा ही हमको मिल रही है कि बहुत अच्छे कार्यक्रम आयोजित हो रहे हैं। तो कल थोड़ा सा हम प्रयास करें और ये संख्या हम 200 तक इसको ले जाने का प्रयास करें, जिससे सभी को इसका लाभ मिले आयोजन का। तो एक बार पुनः सभी का धन्यवाद। और धन्यवाद के साथ में आज अत्यंत एक दुखद विषय भी है। तो अभी केवल 1 मिनट का हम शांति पाठ यहाँ पे करेंगे। आयुर्वेद के एक मूर्धन्य विद्वान डॉक्टर MS बघेल साहब हमारे बीच में नहीं रहे, यह अत्यंत दुख का विषय है। और आयुर्वेद के बहुत प्रकांड विद्वान थे, उनका चला जाना निश्चित रूप से हमारे लिए बहुत बड़ी घटना है। तो हम श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित करते हैं और हम प्रार्थना करते हैं कि प्रभु दिव्य आत्मा को अपने श्री चरणों में स्थान प्रदान करे। और 1 मिनट का मौन हम रख करके उनको श्रद्धांजलि अर्पित करेंगे।
भी इस तरह की लेक्चर सीरीज अरेंज करवाई जाए। थैंक यू सो मच सर।